Hey y'all, APG Jamie here. Welcome to the channel. I'm very happy that you're here too. So, y'all remember back when we did, I think it was for a second Saturday art, we made a strip of tickets. And how I said that at the end of that video as an afterthought that it would be so cute, that it would be so cool if we did them as artist trading cards. That's what we're doing. So I got some 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. Why? I don't know, because that's what I grabbed. Could have used just a regular sheet of American paper, 8.5 by 11, but you know, I went 12 by 12. And I've cut my strip into 2.5 inches because the official size of an artist trading card is 2.5 by 3.5 inches. And of course, the orientation of your choice, whether you want to do portrait or landscape or a mixture. You know, artists have their own way of doing things. So we use the ology perforator, and it's cardstock, scrapbook cardstock, but it's not really thick. It's not real heavy, and it kind of come apart a little bit. We'll fix it. So we're inking, and I decided to do double inking for this. So I went with Forget Me Not Blue. That's what I went with, and scorched timber, because y'all know. So we have this, and I want to put it back together because this is supposed to be a ticket strip. So I grabbed some deli paper, which I need to put on the list of ingredients, which is below in the description box, paragraph, below the video, ... more ... Anyway, the link to that prior video is also in there. And yeah, I kind of inspired myself, y'all. It happens. It can happen. Why not? So we're just going to go ahead and attach some deli paper to all the little perforated sections. And I think I may have pressed just a little too hard with the perforator. I don't know. You want it to perforate, not actually cut, but you know, and definitely do not go back and forth, y'all. So I've had the lace on my desk. Still do. Well, nearby anyway. And I thought, yeah, sounds good to me. So we're just trimming that off. I mean, it's going to go over the background, not total complete coverage, but it's going over it. Okay. And the whole video is sped up. Portions may be more sped up than others. And we're going to use some glue stick. I know, because that's what I decided to use today. I don't know what to say. Yeah, glue stick. Pretty happy with it. I mean, you know, we're going to glue stuff on top as well. So, you know, it's going to be like sandwiched in there. The lace, that is. Okay. Now, this is not how I do the other two strips, because we do a total of 3 strips. Okay. The other 2 strips will be done slightly different. Okay. Oh, yeah. I like these little teacups. They're pretty. They're from the Dollar Tree, and I liked them so much I actually got 2 packages whenever I got the packages. I don't know when I got them, y'all. It could have been 2025. It could have been 2024 even. I don't think it was before that, but I guess it could have been. Okay. As collectors go, I don't actually keep track of when I purchase treasures. Just saying. And essentially, each little artist trading card is the same. They have different titles. This particular set has some little phrases that's going to go on there, and I can't remember what they are off the top of my head. Hopefully we can read them in the photo montage. I don't know. And I thought I really like it. I thought I'd turn the camera on when I was gluing on said phrases, but I didn't. So we don't have that part. But you do get to see me attach diamonds. We all like diamonds. Well, some of us like diamonds. Anyway, gluing those on, 3 in the bottom right and 3 in the upper left corner of each card. And it just makes them so pretty, or more prettier even. Okay. And, you know, I'm putting some weight on them. Now, putting the backs on. And I did fill out the backs of these before I put them on. Okay. If you're using 8.5 by 11, you can do it this way. If you're using the 12-inch scrapbook paper, we're going to use a whole sheet of the backs in on the other 2. Okay, so just hang in there. It'll be the same, a little different. Okay. And I'm not being overly fussy about how well lined up they are. You know, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I am. And again, we did the glue stick. So I will come back later when nobody's looking and just make sure all my edges got glued well. And if they didn't, I'll just put a little art glitter glue in there. So we've got our printed backs. I cut them into a 2.5 inch by 11 inch strip. Okay. And I've made some little marks on the back at 3.5 inch intervals because we want to put it on the back of our cardstock before we even start decorating it. Okay. I liked this way much better. I also did my 3.5 inch marks on the back of the scrapbook cardstock, but you won't be able to see it, so it won't no matter. And again, with the glue stick. If I go to make these again, I think this would be how I would do it. Gluing the whole strip on there, my backs. You don't have to have printed backs for the backs of your artist trading cards. I'm kind of anal about some stuff, so I do it. And in my heyday, when I was doing office work, because, you know, back in my olden days, my youngin' days, I don't know. I worked for some attorneys and I made a lot of forms. I enjoyed making forms. I don't know. I just did. So that's probably part of the reason why I make artist trading card backs. Okay, here's the perforator. Now this time it is a double layer of, you know, thinnish cardstock. Not super thin, but you know, now it's double layer. And they held together. And I didn't press quite as hard. And at one point I'm like, oh, I hope that was hard enough, because you don't want to go back over it, because then you're just risking totally cutting them apart. And that kind of defeats the purpose of having a ticket strip. Okay? So now I'm gently folding, and I'm like, oh, please stay together. They did. Okay. I know. Yeah. So we're going to double ink everything again. We do that for the all the other little pieces. Well, most of the other pieces anyway as well. So now this one I have a phrase caption that's with the stamp set. I want to use it. So I've got a coffee sleeve. You know, it's coffee sleeve. And we're just going to trim that up so that it's mostly a good size. Okay, they're not going in that direction. They look like they're going in that direction. This temporary look. Hey, y'all. Anyway, yeah, let's put some lace on there, because I thought, you know what? It's a set. I mean, they're a set, but they're not a set. But they're a set. So, you know, they got to have some commonalities. So we've got the background, which is the same scrapbook cardstock paper stuff. And now we're going to have lace. It's going to be on. All of them are going to get lace. The next set will get lace too. Yes, you'll get to see that part. So I'm like, yeah, I think I like that. And now we're going to stamp out the sentiment that came with, these are Dollar Tree stamps, y'all. I know it's like this whole Dollar Tree video almost, practically, sort of. You know, when you're a collector, you sometimes collect less expensive things. Just saying. First time using them. I did not pre-stamp it. I got so lucky. And I thought, oh, let's make our paper a little more decorative. And this is an off-white paper. Some may even call it cream. Anyway, the ATCs are going to be about coffee. So I thought, yeah, let's do our coffee stencil. It's like one of my favorites. I love it. Makes some of the best coffee ring mark splat stuff. Just saying, because I said it. So we're doing that, and yeah, it's coffee colored ink. Did I say that? I feel like I said that. I don't know. I know it's not much to look at, and you won't necessarily be able to tell they're rings, coffee rings, but you know, our intent is there, so we're pretty good, and it's stamped out pretty good. Of course, I could have done more stenciling if it hadn't of, but you know, we want 3 because we got 3. Okay, and one more. Then we're going to trim them out. Eventually, I am using a foam pad right there. How thick is that foam? Probably 1/4 of an inch thick. Probably, I would think. So I'm just kind of faux measuring. Y'all know I don't do real measuring. My name's not Janet Merle. Over at Monkey Island. That's not me. So I just faux measure, and I'm like, yeah, that'll be good. I mean, it's, you know, doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm gonna trim it down. I'm gonna show you trimming down 1 or 2 of them, and I get pretty close. I'm like, no, I want just a little tiny bit more. Y'all, you gotta slide it in there and wiggle it around just right, and gotta hold it just right, and you know. Okay, I'm like, yeah, that's like perfect. So we went ahead and did the other ones when you weren't looking, and now we've got these this is scraps from that last set, and I'm like, yeah, we'll just stick that on there, because you know, most of the background's covered up by our little what is it, signs. Coffee, always a good idea. I think that's what it says. Pretty sure that's what it says. Y'all can probably read it. I'm sure you can on your big old TV screen. Maybe not your little telephone screen, but yeah. Or your computer screen. Whatever. I don't know what kind of device you watch on, y'all. But I do appreciate you watching if you haven't gotten that message before. I appreciate each and every one of you. And it's the truth. So, glue stick, art glitter glue. And I decided I'm going to tilt it just a little bit. So I think I did. I may have pulled that one back up and tilted it more. No, it's slightly tilted. It's okay. It's perfect even. Mass production. Assembly line style. Ticket strip. So now I'm going to ink around the our little sentiment that we stamped out. It is just on copy weight paper. So I'm using a little metal ruler so I can get my little edge pretty good. Again with the scorched temper, and I think I'll show you all 3 of them because it's important. Sometimes it is important that you see me inking edges, because I don't always do it. And sometimes I mean to do it, but I end up forgetting because I get excited and just keep plunging right ahead. You know, just keep going. So, yeah, sometimes that is the thing. Clean your ruler, because, you know, you might use it again and you don't necessarily want that other ink to come off, because that is a distress ink. So it is water or wet soluble. It doesn't have to be water. It could be matte medium or glue or spit on your finger, you know, reactivate that stuff. And I'm putting these on crooked because I'm like, oh, I like it like that. So these are Dollar Tree stickers. Little coffee cups. I do not know how long I've had them. I think I've used a couple of them before on other projects. IDK. Because I think one or two of them were missing. IDK. So I'm also going to slightly skew those. That means make it crooked. Crooked-ish. That one's a little too crooked, so I will pull it back off when nobody's looking. And make it just a little less crookeder. I don't know. You might notice, you might not notice. So there we go. Waiting on them. Now we're coming to our last set, and I decided, you know, I enjoyed doing the stencil work. The ink through the stencil with the makeup brush. I like that. So I got out some dragonflies from the artist cellar, which I think I also forgot to put in the ingredients, and hopefully I will remember. Now would be a good time to put that down there. And it is added. Okay, so we're going to just stencil across the whole thing like that. You can do that if you want to. You don't have to, of course. And let's see. I thought I cut more of that out, but evidently I didn't. And yeah, all three of these ticket strips are in the horizontal position. I don't know. It's just how they came out, y'all. I don't know. I thought it needed something else down there. You know, we're going to put some scrapbook.com stickers on there in a minute. But first, I'm still doing, I don't know what, the lace. We got to get that little strip of lace on there. I know, on my editing screen, that I've not, you know, mentioned for a while, how small it is. I just barely even see I've got any lace on there, y'all. You can see it in real life. It adds a lovely texture. It's a cream color as well. Okay, there's those scrapbook.com stickers. They probably was one of those, you know, you buy something and you get something free thing. Probably. Because I can't see me ordering, and they're kind of those puffy stickers. I can't necessarily see me ordering those on purpose. If that makes sense. I'll buy them from the Dollar Tree on purpose. Yeah. I don't know that I want to pay shipping on them. Anyways. So, as you can see, it's kind of a color wash. Oh my gosh. You know, where the color bleeds into each other, and I do know what it's called, but that word is not going to manifest in my face right now. So, we got them. We're going to put some glue on them. And do I glue them back exactly where I had them? Probably not. I don't know. Doesn't matter much to me, does it? I like where they're ended up. Now, I had originally printed off my sentiment that I wanted on this set, okay? But as it turns out, it was much too large to go on there, and I actually didn't even give a thought to what my sentiment that I was going to put on this set. I didn't even give it a thought as I'm gluing these on. I'm just going to town. What did I say earlier? Just plowing right on through, y'all. That's what I was doing. And it was about this time I thought, So I grabbed that deli paper, okay, and stamped out my sentiment words. And I'm thinking, right now I'm still thinking, well, at the time I was tearing them off there, that, you know, they'll be an okay size. They're not too big. They're visible, legible. That's kind of the name of the game sometimes, y'all. So, get out some fluid matte medium. I do like the deli paper. It is much more resilient than tissue paper or napkins. Well, maybe not the wet strength tissue. I have some of that, but I'd have to get up and go get it. And I just, you know, the deli paper was already there. So now we're going to glue it on with, well, collage. This is collage now, y'all. We're going to collage it on because it's fancy. And we're putting it down so it's nice and wet. And then we're just going to paint over the top of it with the same matte medium. And then I'm like, oh, but I have that lace under there. Is it going to do okay with the lace? You know, it does. And then I'm going over the heart, which, you know, is a chipboard. No, it's not. Is it chipboard? No, it's one of those puffy ones. I think they're like a plastic. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to go over them. And so you kind of got to be a little careful, get it all tucked in around the little crevices and stuff. It's not like a book crack gap, but almost. Almost like that, Popo. Just saying. And I'm like, okay, well, I feel pretty good about that. So I don't have a problem putting these words on top of these hearts now. Okay? So we're just going to put them where I want them. Mostly. Yeah. And we're going to show you all three of them getting glued on there. Collaged. Fancy, y'all. Collaged. So I'm just trying to make sure when I'm going over the lace, little lace piece and the edge of the heart that I get plenty of fluid matte medium on there. So it, you know, I can get it tucked in there. Happy art, y'all. Don't you know it? Wait till you get to punchlines. Oh, there's a punchline. I didn't intend for there to be a punchline. Normally that's the title, you know, of the ATCs, because I do title them. And normally that tends to be a punchline. Goes along with whatever sentiments on the front. Anyway. Wait till y'all see. It's so funny in my head, y'all. It's so funny in my head. Oh, bless my heart even. Now, I also printed out a little labels of sorts to go on that top inch or so. I think that's about an inch or, it's an inch or so, y'all. Now, I got to put the apostrophe on there because all good Southerners know. Okay, y'all has an apostrophe. Okay, y'all could be one person, y'all could be many people. Okay, so we're going to glue that on all three of them, and I think you get to see all three of them. And I made a little one to go on the back because I thought, well, you know, because at this time I'm still thinking I'm going to punch a hole through it like we did those ticket strips before when we strung them together. That was so cute, but we're not going to do that this time. But I still put the labels on there. I'm so happy with this project, y'all. It was just so silly fun. And artist trading cards are fairly simple. You know, there's not a whole lot going on there, but they are so classy. They are classy. They're cool, y'all. Make me stinking happy. I must be super smelly. I feel sorry for my husband sometimes. So I just get so stinking happy, y'all. Anyways, I think that's the last little label. Oh, now we got to make them look like tickets. Remember, it's a ticket strip style artist trading card. Okay? Say that too many times too fast. So I went ahead and I thought, well, I'm going to use the Crocodile Big Buy. I don't know what it's called, y'all. That tool right there. Because now we are punching through 2 cardstock layers. We've got some glue going on in there. And there may even be little pieces of lace in there. IDK. So we do that. I don't show you all 3 sets. Punching all 3 sets. Okay. Might feel like it, but I don't. And then sometimes, you know, it didn't necessarily punch real well. Because, you know, we got some loose edges back there. So I'm just trimming out. And then we're going to ink it. You're going to get to see that part any Oh, clean up the crumbs. Clean those crumbs up, y'all. Now we're going to ink it with just a scorched timber this time, because I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to try to mess with getting that forget-me-not down in there. Okay, wiping it off. Comes our flip-flop. Look at that. Oh, coffee. Always a good idea. See, show you the back. You'll get to see the backs in the photo montage too, because they do have titles. I can't necessarily always think of good titles, but, and there's the tea. Little teacups. Well, some people drink tea and some people drink coffee. I drink both. I could drink both in the same day. It's all good to me. And that one, Happy Art, and y'all, it's got all the hearts on there. So do you get it? Coffee, tea, and me. Ta-da! Photo montage. Are y'all still laughing? Because it was so funny in my head. I hope you find that funny. Coffee, tea, and me. Coffee, oh, it's a good idea. I know I've said that many times, haven't I? So I had that head injury, and I did not like coffee for many 10 years at least. But I like it again, and I am so glad. Oh, I don't know what they say, y'all. I can't read sideways, and plus I got new glasses. You can't read anything when you get new glasses. Not for a while, anyway. No, you can. You just gotta put your, telescope your head around. I am so happy with these. And they can be pulled apart or, maybe help cut with the scissors so that you can keep one, give one, share one, whatever one. I love them. Of course, I like it making artist trading cards anyway. So, look at that. Happy art, y'all. And with that said, I appreciate each and every one of you. Your kind comments, likes, shares, subscriptions. Thanks for watching, and happy artin', y'all.